already playing in rival leagues. Why not start a rival league?
Is it true that Caitlin Clark has completely swept the basketball world? Here's the problem, though. She may be going to do something that no one anticipated. We are discussing her launching her own league.
That's what's going to happen because American men of great wealth have so little vision and so small balls. We don't do bold
You've
things.
most likely heard the whispers. There are some circulating reports that Caitlin Clark may genuinely intend to quit the WNBA. And here's the thing. She may be starting her own rival league. Should that come to pass, the game would be completely changed.
Americans, they're so stupid. We'll go money whip a bunch of these women's basketball players and we'll start a rival league right there in America.
So, why would Caitlin Clark consider taking such a significant action? Let's take a moment to discuss the WNBA. To be honest, we've been aware of some issues for years, and they have been surfacing. The primary concern is the real amount of money paid to the athletes.
The WNBA right now is overseas playing in some foreign league right now because they don't make enough money during the WNBA season to take care of themselves at the level they want to for all year.
I mean, consider it. Despite being the world's top women's basketball players, many of them must leave abroad only to earn actual money. Players are literally traveling to China, Russia, and other nations in order to earn a living. When you consider it, it's very crazy, isn't it?
A rival league that operates during the summer up against the WNBA, or you could have a rival league that starts now, right here in America.
Things start to get extremely intriguing at this point. Consider a league where women are paid basketball players in the United States what they are due. A league where they can earn a nice income without having to travel abroad. That's Caitlin Clark's concept. Perhaps producing something significant. A new league that provides more possibilities, greater platforms, and more money. You see, despite its greatness, the WNBA hasn't completely benefited from star power like that of
Camila Cardoso. I can't remember what country she was flying off to go play. Maybe it was China. I can't remember. But you think Camila wouldn't say, oh, I don't have to leave the country and I can play basketball and I can get paid to play in the XX League where Caitlin Clark and that league will draw a better audience, more people in the seats than the WNBA, and I don't have to be a tool for politics?
Caitlin Clark. In this case, the player brings in record-shattering audiences and has a growing fan following daily, but the WNBA doesn't appear to know how to effectively capitalize on that. Nor is it solely about Caitlin. It concerns all of the best women's basketball players. They simply haven't received the recognition and funding they are due from the league. And that is precisely where the concept of a rival league enters the picture. Something that might compete with, or even outperform, the WNBA. This new league would be centered around Caitlin Clark, drawing in other incredible athletes like Angel Reese, Paige Buckners, Guji Watkins, and numerous other well-recognized talents. This league may begin in the summer and compete directly with the WNBA, or it may begin in a different season to steer clear of that direct competition. In any case, a head-to-head match would completely alter the rules. Why, therefore, would players want to join this new league so badly? The solution is straightforward. Cash. The WNBA isn't currently paying players what they are genuinely worth, which is what they desire. For many athletes, switching to this new league would be obvious if it offered greater financial stability and better pay. Additionally, it's not just about the cash. It also involves taking part in something novel and thrilling. A new beginning, an opportunity to create something that embodies the finest aspects of women's basketball. I understand what you're thinking now. In reality, how would a league like this start up? The situation only gets stranger from there. There are rumors that Saudi Arabia and other nations may become involved. Saudi Arabia? You heard correctly. Their support of the LEV Golf League has already caused a significant stir in the sports community. There are now rumors that they would be open to assisting a competitor, Women's Basketball League. They might easily accomplish it given their financial circumstances. Furthermore, if Caitlin Clark is, people will undoubtedly pay attention if you are at the lead. For those who recognize the enormous potential in women's basketball and are aware that money can be made, the thought of starting a new league is more than just a pipe dream. Furthermore, what if this new league provided players with benefits beyond increased pay? What if they were able to genuinely own league investments? Women athletes owning a portion of the league in which they compete would be a historical event, which would encourage these players to sign up even more. However, it's not only about money and ownership. Additionally, this new league might offer something that the WNBA finds difficult to supply in its whole. Basketball-only focus, free from all outside distractions. With players rightfully supporting a variety of causes, the WNBA frequently becomes embroiled in politics. Even though that is crucial, some fans only want to watch the game. This new league could serve such fans while maintaining a laser-like focus on the game and providing them with what they want: basketball, without any disruptions. Let's discuss fans. Conversation for a while. Caitlin Clark already has a sizable fan base, and they would undoubtedly follow her if she launched her own league. The WNBA hasn't been able to generate an atmosphere, sell out arenas, and move goods like this new league can. If Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, and Juju Watkins are all in the same league, fans will flock to witness their favorite athletes. What does this mean, then, for the Women's National Basketball Association? If this new league is to be a reality, they will have to improve. The WNBA provides greater pay and benefits, which genuinely demonstrate how much they cherish their athletes. Otherwise, they run the danger of losing the top talent in the competition, and recovery will be quite difficult after that. However, what about the legacy of Caitlin Clark? She will be recognized as more than simply a terrific player if she manages to accomplish this. She will be remembered for having completely altered the rules of the game. A historical pioneer. Someone who not only participated in the game, but also totally changed the entire women's basketball landscape. Few athletes can say they have that legacy. The WNBA, let's face it, is a fantastic league, but it isn't flawless. Issues have persisted for years, and the players are deserving of better treatment. They should receive fair compensation and be given a platform to truly display their extraordinary talent. Therefore, why not make a change if Caitlin Clark has the opportunity to start her own league? Why not provide the players and supporters with something new? Not to mention the numerous athletes who could sign with this new league. For example, Angel Reese. She has already established a solid reputation for herself and doesn't hesitate to express her opinions. If she perceives a chance to be, you can be sure she'll seize the opportunity if it's part of something important. The same is true for athletes like Paige Bueckers and Juju Watkins. These young, talented athletes are prepared to take women's basketball to the next level, and playing in a new league might be just what they need to do it. Additionally, anyone could participate, not only athletes. Additionally, there is speculation that Gino Araima, the well-known UConn coach, may be part of this new league. He is acquainted with some of the best players in the game. Additionally, should he become an official commissioner moreover, it would immediately increase the league's credibility and respect, positioning it as a contender. What comes next, then? Is it just a rumor? To be honest, it goes beyond simply the fact that people are even talking about this indicates that there is a sincere desire for change, even though only time will tell. With the growth of women's basketball, this is a great chance to develop something fresh and engaging. We might be witnessing the start of something genuinely revolutionary if Caitlin Clark is spearheading the effort. At first, the concept of a rival league can sound absurd, but it makes a lot of sense when you consider it over the long term. The WNBA's opportunity has come. And even though it's done a lot fantastic things, there's still a lot of space for improvement. A new league might draw more players, boost earnings, and give a new generation of players more authority. There is something novel and thrilling about this new league. It could inspire a whole new generation of young ladies to pursue elite basketball. Girls who wanted to compete after witnessing Caitlin Clark's dominance on the court as children. Inside her league, things might have a big effect on the game's future. The consequences would be severe with More young athletes are working hard to prepare and improve their skills in order to compete in this new league. And here's an important thing. In women's basketball, the pool of talent is expanding rapidly. There is a lot of star power since athletes like Angel Ree, Paige Bueckers, and Guji Watts are generating headlines. The caliber of talent would be astounding if Caitlin Clark launched her own league and these top athletes joined. Top competitors would be visible to fans each and every night, which would result in some genuinely exciting basketball. However, how would the WNBA respond to a rival league? To be honest, their only choice would be to adapt. The WNBA is currently dealing with a significant obstacle. They could take advantage of it, but they haven't done so yet. The WNBA would need to quickly adapt if a new league invaded the market and began displacing its best players. They would have to increase pay, improve marketing, and come up with new methods to engage with fans. They run the danger of falling behind otherwise, and this is where things start to get interesting. Any industry benefits from competition, including sports, are the same. The WNBA would be encouraged to perform better by Caitlin Clark's new league, which may result in improvements in all areas. Perhaps the WNBA would start giving players bigger deals, or they might think of new ways to show off their skills. The players win either way. When things go better, everyone benefits. The fans, women's sports, and women's basketball in general. Now, I get that you may be unsure if this new league will truly be a tremendous success. Creating a new league for sports is enough. However, it has happened before with the correct players, financiers, and leadership. There is no reason why it couldn't happen again with women's basketball in leagues like Lev Golf. Not to be overlooked is the growing popularity of women's sports. Women's sports in general have gained a lot of attention thanks to the U.S. women's national soccer team. Women's basketball is well-positioned to capitalize on the insatiable curiosity of women's sport observers. Should Caitlin Clark and other top athletes create a league that generates exciting, top-notch basketball, and there will be spectators. But first, let's go back to Caitlin Clark. What does it signify for her legacy if she succeeds in doing this? She would go down in history as more than a mere participant. She would be a real trailblazer in the area. She would be well known for more than just her incredible skills on the court. She would go down in history as the person who completely changed the landscape of women's basketball. Her legacy goes well beyond what she could accomplish in the WNBA. Additionally, this potentially set a benchmark for further sports. What will prevent rivals from starting a successful rival league if Caitlin Clark can do it? From performing the same in other women's sports? This might inspire female athletes in tennis, soccer, and other sports to take charge of their own careers and create leagues that genuinely help them. This could have a significant impact on women's sports in general, as well as basketball. What is Caitlin Clark going to do next? Will she actually carry out her promise? Numerous rumors exist, and all the details are unquestionably there. With the correct support from both investors and players, this new league might become a reality sooner than we think. And the entire sports world will be rocked if it does. Picture being at a league game where the best female basketball players in the world are playing at the greatest level, getting paid what they deserve, and having a say in how the league is run. Though it's a bold idea, it has the potential to come true. Yes, initially there will be challenges. There is a new league with its own set of challenges, ranging from obtaining funding to organizing everything. However, given Caitlin Clark's influence and the possibilities, with the help of powerful investors, those challenges can be solved. The WNBA will then have to contend with some fierce competition. In the end, this goes beyond basketball. It's about female athletes taking charge of their own destiny, assuming leadership positions, and creating chances for themselves. It ultimately comes down to showing the world that women's sports are just as exciting, competitive, and as profitable as men's sports. Additionally, the objective is to provide fans a brand new, amazing product to promote. However, what do you think? Would Caitlin Clark be able to accomplish this? Is a brand new women's basketball league that occasionally plays against the WNBA on the horizon? Time will tell. However, this is unquestionable. Caitlin Clark's story is far from finished. Should she carry out this plan, it will alter everything. In women's sports, we may be witnessing the start of something genuinely revolutionary. It seems possible for Caitlin Clark to upend the women's basketball scene with her own league. It might alter the course of events for all the women in the game, not just Caitlin.